What is the Matrix? Control. Built to keep us under control and to transform us into fuel for the machine. MaxAnte offers you these transmissions as messages for those of you that sense that things are not as they appear. In a worldwide culture under systematic, mechanized, hypnotic obedience, which right now is seeking to take even more control of you and everyone else. We respond by uncovering hidden truths, hacking through the systems, implementing new ways of freedom, and tuning more into joy. If this resonates, you'll feel it inside and know that these messages are for you. If anything doesn't resonate at this time, don't try to make it fit, just let it go. And keep in mind, everything here is paradoxical, not to be taken as literal advice, nor to be taken too seriously, because after all, this is your tour on Earth. Now, sometimes you're going to get a little message coming through to take something with you. Let's say just before you leave the house, like it'll say, hey, grab the umbrella, or take your hat, or grab your wallet. You're going to hear this little message, and it's going to tell you to grab something that isn't going to make sense at the time. Now, this is more of the listening at work that's going on, and this is what there is to tune into, to really pay attention to all these little subtle messages that are coming at you, to take that little extra step that's being recommended, because you're probably going to find that later on that day that's going to be really useful. So start to tune into these, really open yourself up to them, because now the universe, the world, is informing you step by step of what to take with you, what to do, and it might not even make sense, but by trusting it, by following through with it, then it will become clear of why those messages were coming to you. Using the listening to access more information from the body is a great angle to have on life as more feedback. As we've already spoken in the 4 types of feedback, the body is grounded in the most accurate kind of feedback because the body doesn't lie. There's a lot of truth being revealed. And so in this step of the listening, you can have another tool to access what the body is revealing, and that is muscle testing, also known as kinesiology. Now, there's a huge amount of training that people have gone through. There's a lot in this area, but it's actually really, really simple. You can just you can do it with any object or even any question, and actually do it about so many things in life. And the most common method was, somebody holds out their arm and somebody beside them asks them a question or has them hold an object, and they push down the arm. And it's about energetic testing of muscle strength. And so basically, if an object or a person or a place is weakening you, it will actually be revealed in the body. The body's muscle, the arm outstretched, won't be as strong. And then there are other objects that actually make you stronger. And so the whole teaching here, the whole methodology is actually what's giving you more strength in the world, what's enabling you to have a better direction, more positivity, more greater joy, more deeper awakenings. And so the body can reveal the truth of all of this, like where to be in the world, what to be doing, who to be hanging out with, what objects to have. All of that stuff can be revealed through this muscle testing, through kinesiology. So this just becomes a fertile ground for you to have more research, another angle on life and how to read situations and different choices. Now, again, I'm not suggesting that you do your muscle testing on every single thing you're about to do or every object or every person. This is just material for you to explore, different ways, different tools for you to access. But this is a very interesting one, and there's so many different ways that you can apply this muscle test. There's the one with the fingers, like you can actually push down from your middle finger onto your index finger, your first finger. You can push down and ask yourself questions. So there's a way to do this just for yourself without even needing a buddy to do it with. And you can research this. There's probably lots of videos on YouTube and definitely books about it and definitely courses about it, about muscle testing, kinesiology. You can look into the history of it, how it was developed, all of that material. I'm just pointing it out as this is another piece in the puzzle of exploring the listening, which is really about gathering feedback, which is all about decision making. This entire process of talking about the listening and feedback is to enable you to have more tools in your decision making toolbox. Because as we've talked about, like, life can be very confusing, and the current social system is really kind of designed to have people be confused, to have people not be clear on what to do next. And so by revealing these tools to you, these different ways of experiencing life and angles on discovering what to do, you become more empowered because you've got a greater selection of systems, methodologies, tools to access. And I keep on saying it, the most strong one is to be grounded in the body. The most powerful method is grounding in the body. And this method of muscle testing and kinesiology is another great way of accessing, because a lot of people are very disconnected from their bodies. It's not so easy for the average person to really feel into their body. They've lost a lot of sensitivity. You need to have quite a lot of sensitivity to actually feel into the body and discover what it's telling you. And so if there are blocks, if the body feels numb, that you can't really feel into it very well, this kinesiology method provides a shortcut, like a great way to access deeper truths of what's there for you. And why not just do experiments? You can start even testing yourself and see if it actually works, if this is really true. So you could do like a month or two of testing, asking your body, using muscle testing, different questions, even questions which could be verified, like later on, like, is this really good for me or is it not? And test out the results, keep a log of them. It could be very interesting for you. And so that would actually be the way to approach it, is like, is this verifiable? Can I really rely upon this as a method? And why not do that with all of these different methods we've talked about? Because you want to sort of log what are the best ways for you, and it could be different for each person. Most likely it would be, what are the best ways for you to discern the next best step to take in life? And so keep reviewing the 4 types of feedback, considering what it would be like to surrender to the listening, to life as the teacher. And you've got a great selection here of different tools that can reveal to you the best thing to do next, because you're after the best possible experience, because that's your birthright here. So it's great to have a good selection of different tools for you to figure out what's going to be the one that works for you.